She was no mild-mannered, timid soul. She was an obsessive personality. She obsessed about books, she obsessed about money, she obsessed about sex.
Christa's love life was a mess. There's no other way to describe it. The people that she was with became stranger and weirder.
She was involved with a guy named Thomas Churchwell, who was a magician.
During the time that I was with Christa, I was known as the Amazing Tarkin. I would go to a bar called the Barfly on 23rd Street. She would go and sit with her girlfriends and watch me perform.
There was something deeply helpless and vulnerable about her.
She had those eyes that would melt you.
She brought out the protective feelings in friends, especially male friends.
Probably had melted every man that she was with.
Christa was somebody who was consumed with regret. There was always this regret elf sitting on her shoulder, whispering in her ear. Christa began to regret that she hadn't had a child, and so she began the process of trying to get herself pregnant.
I later found out that we were having a sexual relationship for Christa to have a child. So we just broke away from each other.
Christa went public about her desire as a single woman to have a baby. This was the 1990s, at a time when women didn't really talk about these types of things.
She wrote an article in Harper's Bazaar, and it was, "Am I selfish to try to have a child in vitro at age 40?
There is at the moment no father for a child of mine, no husband for me. And what if there never is? I have to stare the scenario in the face. And to my surprise, it hasn't killed me."
It was a defiant side of her. I was very surprised that she'd gone so public with this.
She went on a national TV show, The Lisa Show.
Trying to figure out how to be the best parent to your child, given that there is no father.
And then Christa received a devastating diagnosis. She was told that she was in early menopause and
stepped back and Amira stepped forward.
The decision was that Amira was going to get custody.
The investigation seemed stalled.
So what you do is you make the circle bigger.
The state police drove down to New York to see Churchwell, the magician.
They said, "Well, we feel that you did this." And I'm like, "Why?" And they said, "Well, because it's something that a magician could do. He could create this mystery." And I said, "Just because you can't figure it out does not mean that it was a magician that did it."
There were